Welcome, everyone, to episode 54 of Hammer Time, the only place in the world that you can get Mauler news 365 days of the year. Of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Alex. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, Webb. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Glad you're back from vacation, finally.
I'm out of vacation mode, too.
Hey, Alex, you didn't invite me on vacation. It's crazy, man.
Hey, next time, we'll go.
Okay. We're even. I went to St. Lucia, so we're even.
All right. I was close where you were. Yeah, I was down that way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next time, we'll look each other up.
I got you.
And, of course, we're joined by one of the newest Maulers. Actually, I think the newest one, the latest free agent signing, Sean Brown, former star. What's going on, Sean?
Man, how's it going? I'm happy to be here. I'm definitely happy to be here and excited.
We're glad to have you, man. So, of course, it's a Mauler show. We're going to get right into it. How did you get with the Maulers? Obviously, they are going to change coordinator. They're going to change offensive line coach. Mm-hmm. How did you end up with the Maulers when they were going through that transition?
Oh, significantly, honestly, during once I became a free agent, I reached out to Boogie. I played with Boogie in LA in the XFL. And, Boogie for sure, definitely big advocate with that one, put me in the right direction, and then we went from there.
Why the Maulers?
I mean, honestly, I love the culture they have going over there. I heard great things referring to the coaching staff and, where they're going. And I like how they went from dead last to, second place in less than a year, just with the small adjustments and changes that they did. So I really appreciate their development and where they're going with the organization.
That's great to hear, because I think every episode we talk about culture on here. Like when we have someone, we had Dorian O'Daniel last week, and he basically said it just felt right. And you talk to some of the guys like Boogie and guys that Troy Williams and everything. They talk culture. It's crazy that you hear the same thing over and over again, and you guys don't even have like an SID from like college. Like you guys are just saying it just because it's fact. So that's just great to hear.
I mean, anytime you see an organization go from dead last to second, damn near winning a championship, that's, kudos to them and what they got going on over there, from top to bottom. So, I mean, you have to respect it, because I'll be the first to say that my first year, when we played in USFL, after we played them, I was like, I would never play for the Maulers, and I would be, and I stand on that now. Like, look where I'm at now. Very excited for this new upcoming season. Like I said, I love the development. I love a lot of the players on the team I already know. So, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more new signings and new faces over there in the near future, once this news drops soon. But, again, I'm very excited.
So, of course, you've been with the Stars for the prior 2 years. What was the difference between season 1 and season 2? Season 1, you guys were in the championship. You guys were the Maulers, the North champions. And then season 2, you didn't even make the playoffs. So,
it comes down to just not finishing. That's all it is. Just not finishing, and just not, taking things a little too slow at times, but just not finishing. The other team beat us, and we had to get better. We did get better every week. It's just we just couldn't finish. That's no fault on coaches or just players. It's on both ends. We just have to finish. We had to finish and be better. That's all.
And being in the USFL, you've never been a home hub team. If you come to the Maulers and they're in Canton, you're going to kind of be the home hub team. What was it like not being the team in Detroit, really? Because like you'd see the Panther games and they had a couple thousand people, while your games, it felt like there weren't many people there. Was that an effect on? Did that have an effect on you or anything like that?
No, it didn't affect me, honestly, simply because at the beginning of the season, we already knew that. So I put my mind in the stint that, we're not going to have fans. And also, honestly, when I'm playing, I really don't hear them. I'm really locked in. I really don't hear. I hear them like probably when I go to the sideline, but when I'm in, I'm just in straight tunnel vision mode. So, yeah, I mean, would I love fans? Of course, to give me that, that different type of energy. But at the end of the day, I appreciate it because it makes me dig deeper, somewhere deeper where I have to just progress myself at another level. So, yeah, I mean, so that's how I felt about it.
So you've been around in the spring leagues. You were in the spring league. You were in the XFL, the USFL, indoor arena. What makes the USFL work?
Yeah,
the patience. USFL has great patience, and what I mean by that is they could have jumped out the window and put us all in home hubs wasted so much money. They could have jumped out the window and pay all of us so much money. That's why I said just patience all around the board. And honestly, I appreciate that because it teaches us patience, not only to be patient with them, but also to be patient with the process of, because a lot of us want to go to that next level. So that's why I said made patient right now.
Hey, Webb, that's a short soundbite right there. If you want to do a short and really tell the XFL fanboys where we're coming from, it's patience, because there's a lot of debate between the two leagues about what model was the right model. And to your point, Sean, the idea has always been crawl, walk, run with USFL, and I think the way that we were set up allowed us to do that. So it's interesting to hear it from a player's point of view. Who the guys that actually count are saying, "Hey, this is a good way to go."
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, some guys may disagree, some guys may not, but the reason why I feel like I agree is because I've seen it. I've been in, like you said, damn near all the leagues, and it's just, like I said, it's patience. Nothing against those other guys who did it and didn't succeed, but because there was a lot of things I could take from every league I went and make some adjustments to the USFL, but again, that would take away from their patience. So, like, it was a lot of great things I liked about the AAF. Like, for example, the AAF used to pay all the offensive guys like a bonus if someone scores. We had somewhat of a jersey sale thing going on down in the AF. Like, imagine that in the USFL in its growing years. Where else can I go with this? Let me see. XFL, it was about the same. I just like the uniforms better, to be honest. But that's it. I mean, that's something that could be added in there. But that's small, minor stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even arena, arena taught me a lot. The game is actually way faster outside, and a lot of guys they hear this and laugh at it. What are you talking about? It's way faster. It's way more physical than. It definitely got me way. It helped me understand way faster. Just like I said, it's like a blink of an eye. You over, But like I said, the USFL, key word, patience.
So would you say that patience was the reason why that you decided to stay with the USFL when you became a free agent and sign with the Maulers, or?
No, the main reason is because it was just I was hearing speculations and I didn't want to hear certainties about. I heard XFL lost money, that's all speculation because we don't really know. But that really, it was just, I like, dang, like, why should I go to the XFL? Is it gonna be an XFL? So I just stuck to what I know, stuck to my guns, and sat here and patient.
You talk about the uniforms. I got to talk about those Stars uniforms. Those Star uniforms, man. Like, I couldn't watch them on TV. Like, the color combination, just I don't know. Some people love them. What was your take on those Stars uniforms?
I mean, I liked it. At first, I was like, "Oh, it's cool," but now, I started to really like it. I liked it a lot. But for me, it's more so about the fit. Like, I wish it fit a little better. From top to bottom. But that's it. That's really it. But if you want to talk about uniforms, worst uniforms in history is the year one Maulers uniform. Let's just be honest. That was the worst one. I'm so glad we changed those colors. So glad we did.
Man, you're killing me. I'm a Clemson guy, man. I'm a Clemson guy. So, like, that's what kind of attracted me to him. So,
man, Clemson wouldn't approve of those colors the way it was.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So, being an offensive lineman, obviously, there's not a lot of stats out there for you. So for Mauler fans that are just learning about you, give us a scouting report about Sean Brown.
On a physical standpoint, very heavy-handed, straight to the point, aggressor. Also would say IQ is very high, understands what's going on very fast, but because I play center and guard. Sometimes disadvantages on my end is just sometimes I'm a little too aggressive, so sometimes I end up leaning. So that's what we've been working on this whole off season. Is getting better at that, being more patient. And that's really it. I mean, pretty good athleticism for a guy who play inside. A lot of people don't know I have. So so at first when you see me, like, nah, he's not that long, but my arms are really long. I don't really have to reach out there too far. I'm already right there. My arms are very long. And that's just, and then there's more other things to come, but I'm gonna just be humble about it for now. But we're definitely gonna see, this off. I mean, during this for sure. But that's just the basis of it.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice would you give out to a young offensive lineman that's trying to work to get to the level that you are, to go to college, to make it professional?
Learn to love what you do, of course, and you have, in order to play, you have to learn how to sacrifice. This position is mainly sacrificing. Sacrificing not just your body, but so your pride and your mind. You don't get the credit you deserve. So but a lot of people, quarterback get the credit, running back, receivers. But at the end of the day, we all know in the room that we're the backbone of the team. That's for offense. I think when it comes to growing a team, the first thing you get is your big guys, O-line, D-line, and then you work. So, like I said, for a young offensive lineman, coming out, man, just stay patient, learn to love it, and learn to love, just sacrificing.
Alex, you got anything else on the Maulers?
And to piggyback off of that, Sean, I agree. You build your offense inside out. Center starts with the center. Then you go to your guards and your tackles, and you kind of build it from inside out. So 100% agree with you there. In terms of, and if you can't disclose this, I get it. But in terms of recruiting you to the Maulers, like from a coach's standpoint, from a player standpoint, who were the guys who kind of talked to you about, putting the pitch on you to get you to come over here to the good side?
Of course, like I said, it was Boogie. Of course, during the off season, he definitely advocated for that during the off season. Leon Johnson. A lot of people don't know he was my roommate. He was little history lesson. Leon was my roommate in the AAF, and then he was my roommate here with when we went to Stars before he got released. From day one, he was, from the first day, like, hey, this is a great organization over there. And then, once the offseason ended, once the offseason started, we started discussing about, what am I going to do, in the future. And then there was other guys on there, Malcolm Howard. Definitely spoke to me in the offseason. We speak. That's funny. We just spoke last night. So those really mainly the main guys who were, very adamant about me coming over to, to the Maulers.
And then
you ever going to get on one of Leon Johnson's music videos?
It's funny because Leon low key wants me to be like his manager one day, his road manager or something. So.
All right. I see him put them out all the time on Instagram, and I'm always watching them, and I'm like, man, when does he have time to do all this? Like he did it like right after the season ended. I was like, how did he already put this out? But it is what it is.
I can't wait till you guys see Leon. All I'm saying is he got a new look. So
he's got a new look. All right.
Yeah, actually, I do have another Mauler-related question since you played against the Maulers. Who was the biggest trash talker on that Mauler defense when you went up against them?
Well, Boogie don't really talk trash like that. Well, not to me. It's different because it's me and Boogie talking the game, but it's not like trash talk,
right?
Because we play with each other. Who talked a lot? I just hear a lot of chirping in the secondary. That's just typical offensive. Yeah, I hear a lot of chirping. I don't really typically who it was. I'm not gonna point any fingers, but I hear a lot of chirping in the secondary. When we get there, I'm gonna figure out who it was. We're just gonna, we're gonna talk about it from there. But it's a lot of chirping in the secondary. Typical things, secondary always chirping and talking about whatever they got. I don't even know what I'm saying, but
that secondary room is different, man. I can tell you from experience following them and covering them for a year. That secondary room is different.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, and then because I know he's gonna kill me. Dale Warren is a super advocate to. Dale's like my little brother. So Dale lives in Georgia. We started off training together and everything. And Dale Warren is a significant man. I would love to see him get on the field a lot more this season. He's very explosive. He gets to the ball very well, like straight tackler. Yeah, Dale Warren, huge advocate to that. Huge.
Dale, last year I interviewed the linebackers coach, Mark Hull, the special teams coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reaching out to the linebackers, being like, what was it like, just doing background. And Dale's like, I'm the hardest hitting linebacker Coach Hole's ever coached. So I asked him a question, and Coach Hole said the same exact thing. So I hope Dale gets on there. And then you carry on the turnover hammer a few more times this year because he only had it once this year. So
yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, I was just going to, last question I was going to have before we do the drop the hammer was, we got our first win last year against Philadelphia. And it was the first game that we had our new place kicker, Chris Blewett, on the team. And I think he had 5 field goals in that first half. Were you impressed by that kicking display?
Yeah, I was impressed, but I can't lie. Like, I kind of, when I was with the Stars, we kind of did that with our kicker with Luis. But I'm like, but I was impressed, but I've seen some incredible things, from Luis with that side. But I was more so impressed with the fact that honestly we lost to the Maulers. I'm not, to be honest. But anybody could tell you who speaks to me on a regular before the season even started last year. I said for some reason I really believe the Maulers are going to be very good this year. Like I said that like before the season started. Like, I was just saying that. Anybody who knows me know I said that. And I said, and Leon definitely. I'm like, the Maulers. This is before we even when none of this was gonna happen. The Maulers are gonna be very good because they have it's hard to keep a team who has a very good defense. It's just it's just last year I just think they was missing certain things and nothing against the guys that were there at all. I'm not picking on no positions or anything, but it was just the offense just wasn't clicking consistently. But the defense just clicked all the time. So even the times that the offense didn't click, the defense definitely helped the Maulers out tremendously on growing and giving them that confidence that they can go do what they got to do. Yeah. And you can see the progression from the beginning to the end of the year.
Yeah.
I also think the continuity. You played for Bart. Brian Scott played for Bart in year one. I'm talking about a lot of guys played for Bart before. And while the Maulers kind of seemed like they just drafted guys and they had to get their system in there, especially on offense, and it got better as the time went on. And now, of course, you guys are changing offense coordinators. So, but I think that was part of the growth too on offense and getting the right guys in there, like you said, like Troy Williams being the quarterback. Because year one, they kind of struggled with the quarterback. Their quarterbacks completed 52% of their passes, which is the lowest in the league. So.
Troy's a good dude. I had a long conversation with Troy. Very good dude. And I heard from 2 different people who don't know each other said he's a high school legend in California. So I'm very excited about that. I love playing with legends. So
he was. I think he was the number 1 dual threat quarterback in his class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's like a legend. Like everybody talks about him.
And of course, all of them went to high school together. Boogie, Trey Walker, Troy Williams. They all went to high school together. So that might be part of the.
I love Boogie, man. I mean, I'm definitely gonna make a call to Boogie tonight. I'm trying to see what he's gonna do. We definitely just lost a big piece on defense the other day. So
yeah.
Oliga leaving is a big guy.
I mean, and it's so crazy. As soon as I signed, I reached out to him too, and we gave each other both encouraging words. Very excited. I didn't see that coming. I'm definitely gonna reach out to him too, to congratulate him and just to tell him I'm happy for him and I'm happy with his decision, whatever way he went. So, but I was very surprised about that. About that choice. Very shocking. I thought it was fake news at first until I seen Boogie post it.
When Boogie said count your days, Generals, I reached out to Boogie and I had to figure out like what. Why are you just randomly throwing strays at the Generals in October? And then he kind of told me, and I was like, "Oh, all right, let's go."
That was shocking.
Well, maybe he'll leave in once. Maybe he wants his season in early and just watch the playoffs this year on TV.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe.
Sean, you ready to drop the hammer?
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right. All right, drop the hammer. Word association. First couple things that come to your mind when I say Bart Andrews.
Oh, we're starting right now?
Yeah, right now. Bart Andrews.
Oh, cool. Very good coach.
Okay. Arena football.
Oh, Damon Ware, my old head coach, the new Firebirds head coach for AFL.
You've touched on it a few times, but I got to ask again. Boogie Roberts. I want your first thoughts on Boogie.
Superstar.
The mayor? We're not going with the mayor?
Superstar.
All right. I'm playing him. He did fantasy football this year with us at the United Football Media. And I'm playing him this week. And Derek Carr keeps throwing touchdowns before we came in. He ain't going to beat me this week. He had two and didn't play well this morning. So
I got to go with my teammate. You're going to have to take that L this week for sure.
Is Boogie still stuck on one win?
No, he's won the last two matchups.
He's hot now.
Yeah. Case Cookus.
Greatest quarterback I ever played with.
Ooh. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good to hear that. And then the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Oh, the SWAC?
Yeah.
Tough nose. You had to get out the mud. Sure.
Have you ever met Jerry Rice, being the Mississippi Valley guy?
So upset. I met him. No, I met him. I mean, he came the year after I graduated.
Oh.
I played with his nephew.
Okay.
Played with his nephew. Yeah, I was so heartbroken to meet Jerry.
So the last 2 years, you're an offensive lineman, defensive line and offensive line. They love to eat. Who had better food, Birmingham or Detroit?
Oh, Birmingham.
Everyone says that, man. Everyone says that. So I guess I got it.
Oh, for sure.
Now, Alex is Pittsburgh. We're trying to get you guys ready for Pittsburgh. A lot of you guys never even been to Pittsburgh. So we're trying to get you ready so you know a little bit about Pittsburgh. So Alex is extraordinaire, and we'll ask you a few questions.
All right. We'll start with Pittsburgh language. What does yens mean? Y-I-N-Z. Yens.
Only yen I know is money, so I don't know.
That's a good answer. It's Pittsburghese for y'all or you all. So when you get into the city and somebody asks you, is yens going out to eat? You'll know, are they saying, are you all going out to eat? So that's something that's, you got to know that for sure. All right, let me come up with another one here. Two more. There was a famous multi-purpose stadium where the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh Pirates played on the Golden Triangle in Pittsburgh where the Three Rivers meet. What was the name of that stadium?
I feel like I had this question in college.
Probably did. This is like
for my sports marketing class.
Yeah. And actually, if you think about sports marketing, think about that. The Three Rivers meet. Little clue.
He's thinking.
No, I can't get it.
All right. That's okay. Well, Three Rivers Stadium. How about that one?
Oh, my God. I was saying something along those lines. Oh.
All right. Final question. Here we go. Ready for this one. This is going to be a tough one.
Okay.
What famous Pittsburgh Maulers, actually one and then another, so two questions. 1984 was the first year of the Pittsburgh Maulers in the original USFL. How many games did they win?
I'm going to guess on this one. And they played a 10-game season?
18.
Oh, 18. Okay. They won 12 games?
Oh, man, I wish. That's a good guess. 3 and 15.
3 and 15? Okay.
We went 3 and 15. Yep, 3 and 15. So that was in the first year of the Maulers. Final question. What famous Hammer Time co-host shares your birthday of September the 14th? Well, you got a 50-50. Well, you got a pretty good chance because you're looking at the only two hosts in the whole world of Hammer Time. One would be the host. He's the big dog. The other one's the co-host just hanging out over here on the side. So I think you got a pretty good guess on this one. What famous Hammer Time co-host shares your birthday?
You.
Yeah, you got it. Hey,
Is it
here's another one for you. Here's another one for you. Would you believe Webb's daughter shares our birthday too?
September 14th.
Oh, that's crazy.
How cool is that?
Virgos rule the world, man.
That's it. Hey, you did great, Sean. There you
Thank
go.
you. I appreciate you.
Well done. You passed.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys for real. Nah, I really want to know what it was Pittsburgh like though. Like I
What's
want to
that?
I want to see what the food's like in Pittsburgh for sure.
You'll love it. You'll love it. They have permane sandwiches. These big sandwiches. They put French fries on top of them. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I grew up on. I'm from Long Island, so I grew up on stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Tons of good Italian places. Good, great food.
That's crazy. See, a lot of people don't know this off season. I did a 15-day cleanse and juice, and no food, I just juice for 14, 15 days.
Yeah.
And then now it became a lifestyle as far as like how I eat. That's why I'm eating these cashews. I'm not eating no candy. And a lot of people don't know. I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys, but I'm down about 25 pounds right now.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm coming into the season a little,
Quick.
yeah,
That'll help.
A little different.
That'll help. And it's interesting too, because Webb asked earlier. You come in as a center, but you can play both the interior, guard positions. I think the versatility, like some of the pickups that we've got on the offensive line in the offseason and some of the guys that are already on the offensive line, there's versatility there. How do you think that helps you as far as like with NFL scouts and whatnot, the versatility to play multiple positions in that interior?
I mean, of course it helps because I'm giving them a reason to make the phone call.
Yeah.
I'm not limiting myself. I can play positions. I played tackle in college, I have long arms, but I could play multiple positions, Whatever they need me to do, I can do it.
Right.
I mean, a lot of things I could do at center. Only a few guys I know that could do it, but DJ from the Stars definitely could do it too. But I could snap and pull very well. That's very hard. I didn't think it was that hard, but a lot of people said it's very hard. They're very intrigued when I tell them I could do that. I show them. I could definitely play left and right guard.
Yeah.
I've been on the offseason playing a lot more guard this game. But who knows? But I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for this season.
Yeah, Webb and I were talking before the show started. I used to coach small college football years and years ago, and we got recruiting guys and whatnot. And I used to always look for basketball guys. Like, well, you look for football guys, but it was always a plus if the guy was a basketball player. You're a basketball player and a track guy, so that tells me right off the bat you're a pretty athletic guy. And so much of offensive line play is with your feet, right? So how do you feel like your athletic ability helps you be a more effective offensive lineman?
No, tremendously, and that's why I told myself I had to definitely cut some weight in the offseason because I wanted to get back to that end better than that. I still showed it, but I showed glimpses of it. But I think I get back to playing at a certain weight and doing the different things I'm doing, like more yoga, more aerobics, Pilates, and stuff like that. I'm definitely show a lot of people what I can definitely do and moving wise and really not just I could pick up speed guys too. I mean, you can see in my latest highlight tape, I definitely got to the second level very well.
That's important.
And definitely broke down, and I'm getting up to the second level, but it's a lot of things that helps with that athleticism, So yeah.
Last question, sort of along those lines, and then I'll kick it back to Webb. And it kind of piggybacks, Webb, off the question you asked earlier about young offensive linemen or young football guys, but staying focused on younger offensive linemen. There's such specialization now around single sports. So you've got year-round basketball opportunities, year-round football opportunities, year-round baseball, and so on and so forth. Again, kind of piggybacking off the last question, I like multi-sport athletes because it showed me they were athletic and could do more than one thing. What advice would you give a younger kid, maybe 7th and 8th grade, that says, hey, I'm a bigger body, I think I'm going to be an offensive lineman maybe at the next level? Would you tell them to focus on off-season lifting and just kind of diving into football stuff, or would you say pick up another sport on the side?
Definitely pick up another sport on the other side. I mean, I'm not a big believer in telling people to do things that I didn't do. So, I mean, I feel like it worked for me. And honestly, a lot of people don't know. I love basketball more than football. That was my number one sport, really. Basketball was definitely my number one sport, and then it was football. But at one point, it was a lot of people don't know. It was basketball, lacrosse, then football for me. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, and then then 9th grade, I got tired of losing, so I ended up quitting, and then I went to track. So.
Well, you better get ready for Webb to ask you what kind of basketball to give yourself a scouting report for basketball. Because whenever we find out, he's an AAU basketball coach, so whenever he finds out that somebody, a Mauler was the next basketball guy, he'll ask you for a scouting report on your basketball game.
And I'm waiting. I mean, I don't want to fast forward, but after the season, man, we gotta have definitely a hoop session for sure.
Come on, let's do it.
We could definitely. No, we need to have a Maulers hoop session to see who's a better Mauler. I'm not even gonna sit here and say let's have a big guy hoop session. That's not even a fair. That's not a fair thing for me. I want to get the quarterbacks, receivers in there too, the running backs. Let's see who can really play basketball.
Well, Sean, I can still shoot it. I got great range. I can't move like I used to, but I can shoot it. And I'll tell you, if it comes to me once, you may get it back. If it comes back again, you ain't gonna see it again because it's going up.
Okay, I got you.
And, Dorian O'Daniel is a big basketball guy too.
We'll see.
Yeah. You got a couple, and Will Miles played basketball in college.
Yeah, that's right.
The D lineman. So
yeah,
you got a couple of hoopers there.
No, we're gonna see for sure.
That's all I had.
But somebody wants to say hi to you guys. Look. My dog's sitting at me.
I love it. What's your dog's name?
Kai.
Kai?
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool name. I like that.
Yeah.
How old?
He's about to turn 4.
Oh, nice.
Like 2 weeks, yeah.
So, going back to basketball, because that's probably my number one. Like Alex said, I coach basketball. You grew up a Knicks fan?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, man. I'm a Celtic fan, man. I grew up in Connecticut. I'm a Celtic fan. Knicks fan.
Sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that. Have you seen the banners?
I've seen the banners.
Love it.
Have you ever been to MSG?
Mm-hmm. My dad bring me.
That's my favorite place to watch basketball, and I'm a Celtic fan. That's my favorite. There's nothing like it. And we have the Garden up in Boston, so.
Yeah, we're the real Garden. Okay, no.
That's not the original Garden, all right? Like, it might have been different if we're talking the 80s. That was the original Garden. Now it's just a run-of-the-mill kind of Garden. So.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you guys might win it this year, but you know.
What are the plans after football? Are you planning to do coaching, get into that, or?
I ain't gonna lie, I really don't want to coach, but I do want to. I would love to be like a scout, GM, front office guy. I love that.
That's my favorite off-season thing. It's just the GM stuff. I love it.
I mean, I might become an agent. To be honest with you.
That's awesome.
That's what everybody calls me now. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people don't know this, but you guys are gonna know. A lot of guys in the USFL are in the USFL because of me. I'm like the Boogie. I'm like Boogie, but on the I just don't say nothing. I don't boast about it or say names, but there's a lot of people that about.
Yeah.
So we have an offensive Boogie now. Now we got one on both sides of the ball.
He's the offensive version of Boogie. He reminds me so much of Boogie. It isn't funny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you're going to do TV?
He's from the. Oh yeah, I went to school for PR and marketing, so this is okay. This is fun.
There you go.
Yeah, this is it.
It's a perfect league to do it too, because with Fox being right there.
Oh man, Fox is great, man. I'm so excited to see what they're gonna do with this merger stuff. I'm ready to just put up the rest and to see, because I'm tired of hearing this.
Me too.
5 teams. This is way 5, 6. I'm just like, come on, I want to know the truth.
Well, what do you think about that? That's something that I just saw yesterday, and quite frankly, I saw it, and I'm kind of like, I don't know.
It's exciting.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, I'm gonna go business side. On the business side of it, I like it because you don't got to keep all the teams. You go save some money, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hubs. So, I like it on the business side. Like, again, being patient. I'm so groomed now with the USFL, just being patient.
Yeah.
I do have an opinion on what teams in the XFL might go. I don't really have an opinion on teams in the USFL, to be honest. But I really feel like, and I'm not saying, and I'm just thinking about it on the business standpoint. I think if they were to take 4 teams away, or 3, let's say 3 teams away from the XFL, I'm gonna say Houston, Seattle, and Orlando. And the reason being I say Houston because we have a Houston team and I'm a little biased, one. And two, I think, this Houston team, did a lot better in sense of playing and, how they did things. And then the reason why I say Seattle, and I hate to say Seattle because my favorite GM of all time is the GM for Seattle, Randy Mueller, is because just money-wise, distance-wise. You got to fly guys to games, and it's very expensive. Yeah. And then Orlando, only simply because Orlando, to me, just looking on the outside in, is just not a good market in Orlando. I think they should have either stayed in Tampa or maybe venture to Miami, but they know that's a little too expensive. But I seen Orlando only because of the deal the XFL had with Disney. That made sense. Yeah. But I like Tampa better for them, Or I said also I had an idea instead of moving Orlando, instead of cutting Orlando, put Orlando on one of the Texas teams. You could have an Arlington team like you have a Dallas team, a Houston team, and then you can have an Austin team. There'd be 4 teams in Texas, better on taxes, and it's less money for travel. Have then you can have a rivalry who's the best in Texas, and then you can have a sense where you can have another team that's in another city. And do the same thing, but those are just my ideas. Who ever come true?
What about? They do own the trademark for the Austin Wranglers. USFL does.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And what about Vegas though? You didn't cut Vegas. Vegas is always the one that's like automatically cut.
You know what? I'm sorry. You know what? I messed up. No, I should have replaced Vegas with Houston. That's what I should have did. Yeah, for sure. 2, yeah, that's what it was. Vegas, yeah. Well, you're right. Vegas, for sure. Yeah, no.
So you've played in leagues all throughout the year. What does the schedule really matter to you? The April to July or the February to May or whatever it was?
At first it didn't, but especially when guys are trying to get back in the league or get into the league, I do like that XFL schedule a little bit. I think except camp being in January, you make camp probably in February and start games in March.
Okay.
And guys can still get to OTAs. They can get to the second round of OTAs or whatever. And you give guys a little bit of more rest their body before camp.
Yeah.
Because I gotta give my flowers to Turpin for playing a whole year of football.
Yeah, it's tough.
and I mean playing, and not against the other guys who made the roster from USFL, but because he came right in and played.
Yeah.
Went from MVP season, a historic MVP season, then goes right to the NFL preseason, ties the record, kick return and punt return in one game. That's I think that's like only the second time ever for that to ever happen. Then go in the NFL and become a Pro Bowler first year.
Yeah. It's unbelievable what he did last year.
Yeah, big time.
And he's still doing it now. Just people don't understand. They're afraid of him. Everybody wants to kick to him.
Talk about special teams. What kind of kickoff do you like better? The XFL or the USFL?
For sure.
Yeah. Even though Josh Simmons took it to the house against you guys that one time?
Woo! That was tough right there. We just brought back some memories, some nightmares. Hey, it happens, though.
Yeah. That's one thing the Maulers have always done well. Even the 2 years, their special teams have been on point for the 2 years. So
you have a great punter.
Oh yeah, Matt Mink. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's another former teammate, right?
He played for us in the Stars.
Yep.
I mean,
he was great.
He needs to be in the NFL. I've never seen anybody punt like that. I'm being honest with you guys.
I agree. I think we have 2 NFL caliber kickers on the Mauler team. Place kicker and punter. I think both
Alex
of those
loves
guys.
Blewett. He absolutely he loves Blewett. Blewett beat Clemson in 2016, and he had to bring that up with Dorian O'Daniel, who's on the 2016. He loves Chris Blewett. That's his favorite player. So
now you got another Clemson guy on that team.
Yeah,
Overton.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, me and Dre like this. We hang out together during the season. So
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a big fan of him when he was in Clemson. Man, he was I'm excited him to be in Pittsburgh because they actually have a wide receiver that is over like 6 feet tall. Like
see now,
Yeah.
DeAndre's gonna be in his element now, sure. And the whole time we were talking, we were just discussing, where we're going. He pulled the trigger first, and I gave it about a day or two, and I called him, and I pulled the trigger right after. So
that's awesome.
We might have some more surprise faces coming over there. I'm not gonna say too much now. I'm just gonna wait to see.
All right. We'll have to have you back on the show to talk about those when they come over then.
I'm gonna just do the same thing Boogie does and just ask, like, I don't know. Act like, you don't know what's going on, but
Boogie watches us every week, so go ahead. Say whatever you want to Boogie. He'll comment something that happens 24 minutes into the show. And I'm like, Boogie, you really watch the whole thing. He really does watch the whole thing. So if you got a message for Boogie.
Boogie, call my phone, please. I know you're a superstar. I know you're doing a commercial. Give your teammate a call.
Yeah, he was filming a commercial yesterday or the day before, right?
You know more than me right now.
Well, he put on his Instagram story. It said Best Buy. It was like a Best Buy. I think he's going to be in the Best Buy Christmas commercial.
He was in a Super Bowl last year, right?
Two of them.
Yeah.
And he was on what's that? All American.
Oh yeah, for sure. I need that Boogie commercial money. Send it on you, brother.
So we've reached the end zone. We like to give you like a platform, a message to people that you care for, Mauler fans, whatever you want to do, brands you're promoting, whatever you want to do. The floor is yours.
Well, first thing first, I just want to start by saying, first thing first, believe in yourself. Don't ever quit on anything you believe in and love. That's always first and foremost. Because the possible was once, so anything is possible. Right? By that. There was a time where they said we could walk on the moon, and we did. There was a time that something said wasn't going to happen, and it happened. So, like I said, the possible was once possible, so anything is possible. I also want to make a shout out to we have a CBD company out here in Atlanta called the Bookstore Gallery. We have CBD freeze rub. Hopefully, we could get a partnership with the USFL coming soon. It's no THC in it. It's CBD and it's all natural stuff, and I can't wait to get it out to the to the league. Some of the guys been using it off season and during the season, so I'm very excited about that also. And for my future teammates, I'm excited. Let's go win, go get a championship. Let's just get better every day. And also if Boogie's watching this, right, I want to make a deal with Boogie. So first one-on-one in practice, if Boogie beats me, I owe Boogie dinner. But if I beat Boogie, Boogie owes me dinner.
All right, Boog, the ball's in your court.
Mm-hmm. And Boogie, I like steak dinners. I'm bougie. I like steak dinners. I want a steak dinner, please. Thank you.
I love it.
But yeah, that's it though.
Thank you for coming on, man. You've been great. I'm excited. I told Alex when you signed, because I remember our interview like a year and a half ago. I was like, he's going to be a great interview, and you didn't disappoint at all, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It's so much better when, like, some of your teammates, and I'm not going to throw names, like, you'll ask them a question, they're like, yeah. And that's all they'll give you. Like, you actually tell the whole story. So, I love it. I'll talk to you all the time. So anytime you want to come on, let us know.
One day you got to get me and Boogie on here for sure.
Hey, that'd be great.
Man, we don't even need to be here then. Like we just don't need to be here. Just have the two of you.
Yeah, we can interview. We can interview you guys, me and Boogie.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm sure everybody want to tune in to hear that, wouldn't they?
You know what you guys should do? Can we set up a free agent interview? All the free agents on one interview. That'd be or the position, the O-line, and go from there.
All right. You're talking all the available free agents?
Or
all the new guys?
Or how about this? No, because you gave me a new idea, right? How about you get the new signees on here, guys who want to get signed? That's see now we're talking now. That's not tampering because it's free agency. We're good.
Well, it's also you guys. It's free agency and it's players. Like players could talk. It's the GMs out there that were talking before the new season. But
right.
Whatever. No comment. No comment.
No comment. No comment. No comment.
We'll end there. Thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks,
You're
Sean.
great. Like I said, the open invitation all the time. Every week we do this, so anytime you want to come on, let me know.
Don't let Boogie forget about that bet.
What's that? Yeah, you cut out a little bit there.
Don't let Boogie forget about that bet for sure.
Okay.
No,
okay.
we won't.
Well, I'll get a graphic out there, and I'll quote you, and I'll put it in Boogie's court. Last year, Boogie had that picture. He was like a wrestler almost, and I was trying to set up him and Toby because him and Toby they kind of had. See who's the tougher DT, him or Toby?
Okay. I'm gonna say Toby because Toby's just bigger, really. And
oh shoot!
And Toby is very deceptive.
Sean coming in hot. I love it.
Yeah, Toby just deceptive for real. So he'll go hard.
You're giving Boogie bulletin board material here.
See, Boogie is very hard to block too because Boogie definitely doesn't stop. But what I'm saying is with Toby will come boom, 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 and then he'll do this face like he's super tired, and then like you're like, all right, and then next thing you know, he'll do a super fast spin move. What the hell? You were just tired 30 seconds ago. That's the game he played.
Yeah, he's using the age to his side, right?
He tries it, does that. He tries, but I know now. But Boogie does interesting stuff too. Don't get it wrong. Like Boogie does a lot of stuff. Like Boogie will just press that shoulder. Next thing you know, you playing chess with him. He's playing checkers with you. He's 2 steps ahead. So it's just like, okay, all right. But I'm not gonna say nothing. But ask Boogie the time he got mad at me in the game. Just he'll tell you the story.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it. It's fun. I like when he tells the story. It's funny.
All right, we'll do.
Yeah. It was so mad. He didn't talk to me for the whole game. He was talking to me for the first 2 series, and after that, you know when you're talking to someone, they're just looking at you. I'm like, Boogie, why are you not talking to me? And at the end of the game, he's like, yeah, bro, you made me mad. That's why.
Love it.
I just asked him like, yo, so Boogie, what happened to the time in the game you and Sean played? He got you mad.
All right, I will.
I would have been.
I'll try to get him on camera to say that.
No, for sure. I would have been mad too, though.
Oh, okay.
I would have been mad. Yeah, but yeah, I this is a great interview, man. Definitely.
Yeah, the culture in the Maulers, I'm excited. I think you're going to fit right in. Every new free agent that we've talked to, it just seems like you guys are all going to fit in. So it's going to be awesome.
Have you talked to DeAndre yet?
We have not. I've been trying Overton for 2 years, man. Being a Clemson guy, I've been trying Overton for 2 years.
Okay.
He leaves me on scene, or he ain't seen it, or something. It is what it is.
I'm gonna try to work my magic. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna call him.
All right. All right. You want to come on an interview with us?
No. I want him to be on that interview. I want him to have that, that window.
Okay. All right.
If he needs me on the interview, you guys just want to make a call and see where I'm. Do that.
Okay. That works.
Thank
you, man.
I appreciate it.
This has been a blast.
Thanks, Sean. Great to have you on the show,
like
buddy.
I said, open invitation.
Birthday twin Alex.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. This has been Hammer Time.
Yeah, that was great, man.